I'm David McCoy, and I wanted to share what we're doing at the Williamson County Archives and Museum as representative of the collection from the Museum of the American Military Experience, not forgotten. And we're adding to it with our new logo. We've brought these items here that are on the lasting display currently. And in the top, Tom Bain was here just a few minutes ago. We're here on Memorial Day, May the 26th of 2013. And beautiful program that we've been a part of. Tom Bain was here looking at the shaving can that he had preserved from his Vietnam War experience. The helmet with the 32nd Division Officers Group, and all of this information's on the web. This is the German helmet that had the bullet in the back of it and embedded across the other side when the German wearing it was killed. And it has the burn remains where actually those materials were burned out of the helmet. The guy wanted to bring it home as a war trophy. Art Jacobs, his material is here as a medevac pilot, and that from Vietnam era. He was with 1st Cavalry, flying medevac. And then in the bottom, especially tying in with the Memorial Day presentation, this is Hubert Hunt's material, and Hubert was a paratrooper, actually in parachute field artillery, that was killed in action on Negros Island in April of 1945. His materials are here. The "We regret to inform you" telegram, all the letters he wrote home, the wallet that was on his body when he was killed that was sent home afterward, his girlfriend's photograph, all of the postal receipts where he was sending part of his paycheck home on a regular basis. And interestingly, these are the clothes that Hubert Hunt was wearing at the time. He came from the orphanage when he was adopted up in the Crossville, Tennessee area. Today, though, we added to the display some items that were attached. This is some more of Hubert Hunt's material, the certificates describing his Purple Heart, his parachute school certificate when he graduated from parachute school, and then the material from the federal government signed by Harry Truman, and then the state of Tennessee Gold Star honor roll that was given to Maddie, his mother, after his death during the war. It's interesting that on the oval portrait, and it's actually made from one of the other photographs, she has had that colorized portrait modified to include the Purple Heart being added to it after he was killed in action. But it's interesting, the evidence on the frame, it still has the label. It came from the manufacturer. It's never actually been hung on a wall. These were part of the materials that were found when Maddie died in 1982. No one even knew she had a son, much less that he was a soldier killed in action during World War II. And then over here, for the Gold Star presentation for Memorial Day, we have Homer Moulin's materials. And Homer was in Company B, 11th Infantry, 5th Division, Red Diamond, during World War I. And Homer was killed in action on September 12, 1918 in the Battle of St. Mihiel. And included in the presentation is the newspaper account when Homer's body was brought home in 1921 to Alliance, Ohio. And the Gold Star collection, that's the book here, Gold Star album, that was done in 1928, that included all of the World War I soldiers killed in action. This flag was the one that hung in the window in the service flag, and Homer's family has added the star over the star when he was killed in action. Also included the telegram that "We regret to inform you," the last letter that was sent to him by Homer's brother that was sent back after he was killed in action. It's got letters from his sister included. And then interestingly, this letter in the corner on this display was Homer's last letter home. And his lieutenant, P.C. Jones, actually was carrying that at the time Homer was killed. And he added a letter to the back of that, and all of this information's on the website. The details of the letter. P.C. Jones himself was killed 4 weeks after Homer in the Argonne Forest, part of the Meuse-Argonne campaign. and then Homer's portraits. The other photographs are here. And the uniform actually is someone who was in 5th Division, 11th Infantry with Homer. This fellow, Uncle Ed, as it was labeled, his name is actually Ed Horschauer. And this display has never been added to Homer's materials. It's not on the website. But Ed was in Company C, Homer was in Company B, 11th Infantry. But it's interesting, that's the uniform of another soldier in 11th Infantry that survived World War I. He was wounded. This is a wound stripe. During World War I, the only recognition of being wounded was not a Purple Heart, it was this wound stripe. And the Purple Heart then was actually authorized in 1932 as a recognition for being wounded in action. But we're pleased to have Homer's things out really for the first time to share here at the Williamson County Archives and Museum as a part of the Memorial Day presentation, again on May 26, 2013.